Hello and welcome to today's session. We're going to be talking about your therapy website and how to optimize it to get more people booking sessions, booking free consultations. Things are always, changing with the internet. So in the beginning, we're going to actually go over some of the emerging trends, where we're seeing things heading, what we're seeing in this online landscape. And I wanted to go over some of the stuff we're seeing with the AI and also what clients are expecting. So the goal really is to reduce the friction for your potential clients booking in, reaching out to you. So type in the chat if you're okay with us talking about some of the trends. We're also going to be talking about actual specific things we can do to improve your website, turn those visitors and that traffic into clients. So we've got a lot packed here for you. We'll go through some examples. We've got some cool worksheets and workbooks for you guys to download and apply. But let's just share my screen real quick here. All right. Hello, Brenda. Welcome to the workshop. So we're talking about how to optimize your website for maximum conversion and lead flow. This is our growth model here, where there's driving leads, making sure people find your website through SEO, paid search, maximizing conversion, and then optimizing the results that we're getting once we have the whole system in place. And we're going to be talking about website today. So the website is the foundation for everything. We've talked about driving leads, maximizing conversions, optimizing results, but everything kind of happens through the website. People booking through your website, people landing on your website, learning more about you, what your other clinicians specialize in, what modalities you serve. And just a little bit of housekeeping for today. Turn off your cell phones, turn off Facebook. If you're serious about really growing your counseling practice, taking it to the next level, we're going to spend about 30-45 minutes going through a lot of specific examples, a lot of different things here to help you guys optimize your website. And just real quick, who am I? Why you should be listening to me? I'm a founder of a digital marketing agency. We're focused 100% on helping counselors and therapists grow their practice. We've helped counseling clinics, for example, book over 100 book sessions, 300 conversions using proven blend of Google Ads, SEO, map rankings. I've personally been in the field for over 10 years. Our team have a combined experience of 50 plus. And this is what we do. So before we hop into here, if you ever think like, oh, all this stuff is good, I love learning about this, but we really want a professional to kind of handhold, implement all of these tactics for us, feel free to reach out, and I'll throw this in the chat as well. But we offer the session here. It's really just a conversation. There's no pressure we're not trying to sell you. We're just trying to have a discussion, show you exactly what we can do to help, and kind of go through with you in person live for your scenario specifically. So some of the biggest trends that we're looking at, this hasn't been a newer one, but over the past 10 years, ever since the iPhone came out, more and more people going on the website with their mobile phones. 56 to 70% of website visitors are on their mobile device, and 61% are unlikely to return to a mobile site if they have trouble accessing it through their phones. So it's really important to make sure that it's responsive, it works well on your mobile phone. And then speed and performance, there's tools like GT metrics, page speed insights. 53% of mobile users just abandon the site if it takes longer than 3 seconds to load. Ideally, when you optimize it, it takes about a second or two to load. 1 second delay in page load time can reduce conversions up to 7%. That's from Akamai. And then simple things on your website, contact and lead capture optimization, having a click to call button that kind of guides users. Here's the next step. Make it really easy for people to book a call, book a session with you guys, even a free consultation, increases the conversions by 30%. So 85% of consumers expect a business to have an online or instant response kind of feature. And with the advent of AI and all that stuff is moving up. So websites with clear, visible call to action increase conversions by up to 121%, and we'll be going through some more examples later on. Especially with the advent of, or the emergence rather, of AI, kind of levels the playing field. You can write really, really well written pieces to engage people, but the thing that really can make you stand out is the video and visual. You don't have to have this polished kind of thing, but people are looking for something that's authentic. So having even videos on your website, it's something that is a little bit harder to do, and it makes you stand out because it's kind of a larger barrier. But you know, everyone's got cell phones, they've got iPhones or the newest Android. So taking those videos, even if it's not super polished, helps add to the authenticity and makes it more likely people are reaching out. And you can even go through some of the chatbots and AI driven lead capture. Yeah, some really interesting things with that, because there's more and more people, you know, some people might really hate it, some people might really love it. There's AI phone answering services that I would argue are better than voicemail, for example. So I can go through that. Once again, your website is a hub. That's the foundation for everything to flow. And so it's worth putting a little bit extra attention into optimizing it. So why is conversion so important? We'll run through a couple examples. For example, in this first one, 1,500 visitors that are going to your site. If there's a 5% conversion, it's just math. There's 75 calls, leads, forms that happen. If 30% of them actually end up booking with you guys, that's 22 book sessions. And marketing is all a numbers game. So we say that, you know, the lifetime value is about 1,700. The way we get this is if the average client has about 10 sessions with you and a session is about $170, then the lifetime is $1,700. We know that, you know, some clients stay with you for 5-10 years. And so that's, you know, 60, 100 sessions with you over the lifetime. Some people just have 1 or 2 sessions and they just think, you know, might not be a good fit, or they move and they have other stuff going on in life. So it's just a math game. But if we're holding this consistent, that's about $37,000 in the first scenario. And in the second scenario, same math with 1,500 people going to the website. If there's a 15% conversion rate, which means it's optimized more, people feel compelled to reach out to you, book the initial call. There's 225 of those conversions. And if 30% of them actually book into sessions, that's 67. So the $1,700 lifetime value turns into $113,000. And so that's why it's so important, because with some tweaks on your website, you can just squeeze a lot more juice from the existing traffic that's coming to your website. So why is it getting your website built to convert important to you? I'll throw in this resource here as well. This is something that we've created, just a step-by-step of a bunch of checklists that you can use to walk through your website. And so it goes through some of the critical elements, not to bore you to death with all of this, but we really want to be speaking to your target avatar. What are their fears and frustrations? And speak to why they should choose you. Talk about their goals, ambitions, what they're hoping to get from this. And like I mentioned, the most important thing is just being real, using authentic images of you and your team in the homepage, throughout the website. A little bit harder, but really effective, using video and other multimedia elements to engage in different modalities. For example, website welcome video, just introduce who you are, whether you're the director or kind of running kind of a solo operation. You can then go through each of the services and kind of explain to them, okay, this is EFT or this is CBT. These are the basic, this is the process, who's it good for? and videos of explaining why someone should contact you versus the competition. Now, you don't necessarily have to call out other competition, but kind of the process of what it looks like working with you, what they can expect, can already give you kind of that edge, right? Because someone who's coming looking for counseling services already kind of overwhelmed. There's so many different options. There's, I think, 100 different modalities, and they just don't know. They maybe have heard of CBT, but that might not also not be the best fit for them. So explaining the process, making sure that there's at least 3 options for them on your website for them to be able to reach out to you, whether it's calling you, scheduling online, and then filling out a contact form that kind of hits 3 different people. And let's see, sorry, I just saw someone come in. Then we want to ensure that the call to actions on each page speak to your customer avatar and tell them exactly what to do. So whether they're landing on a page that's talking about depression, or whether it's talking about anxiety or other things, you want to be guiding them through. And like we said, making it mobile optimized with easy click to call functions or easy booking functions helps you take your website to that other level. With live chat, we don't have to go through all of that, but it's all in the workbook. So if you're going through that, kind of think about what is the one element that will have the biggest impact on the results of your overall marketing efforts. And I would argue in this case, it's your website, right? If you have the same amount of traffic that's coming through and you're pushing them to either give you a phone call, fill out your contact form, that's the aim of this workshop here. So for example, we're thinking about how we get someone to convert. One of the examples, Skylark here does a really good job. They've got 2 book nows buttons right here and here. And they basically guide people to, okay, here's book directly with a clinician or a returning client. They'll book directly here. They've kind of done the research and they know they just want to stay with the current therapist. Or for someone who's new, who likes to do that research and looks at all the different people on the team, they can book now. But a lot of times it's overwhelming. You want to give them an easy option of, hey, just tell us a little bit about yourself. We'll have a counselor match consultation. We'll talk to you for 20 minutes. And then based on what you tell us, we can match you up with the perfect counselor or give you at least a couple options for you. Same with Nightingale Counseling. Now, these guys, the same 2 options, book directly with the clinician if you know who you're looking for. And then they have the option for book a free discovery session. So if you're new to therapy or unsure what you need, this one guides a little bit more. A 20-minute no-cost conversation with our registered counselor or intake coordinator in person or online. This is the best way to get matched with the right therapist and approach. And then we know that a lot of people are a little bit, some people have a little bit of anxiety or they just don't want to get on the phone call right away. We want to offer them, hey, take this matchmaking form. If you're not ready to talk right now, fill this out with a couple of the questions. We'll follow up with more of a personalized recommendation. All right. So how do you think that would change your website visitors? We've got the checklist here. For some of you who are a little bit more visual, there's a cheat sheet you can download. You've got the phone number, you've got the pain points that we're speaking to, we've got why clients choose us, and then kind of an easy way for people to fill out. If you're serving a local area and you've got a map address, having that really gives you an edge over, for example, Psychology Today or other services like that. Oops. So what is empathy? If you can see Joe Jones through Joe Jones' eyes, then you can sell what Joe Jones buys. And for people who are landing on your website, if they have a feeling that you understand the problem that they're going through, they're already kind of sold. Like if you're explaining their situation You don't even need to give them solutions or anything. They already kind of understand that, okay, this person gets it. And that's what prompts them to reach out to you. So if you're specializing in working through trauma lens, or you really want to help people with depression, I would recommend going deep in there and seeing it through their eyes and addressing their pain points, at least bringing it up front so that they know you understand. So part of that is thinking about your avatars, goals and frustrations. There's like a worksheet you can go through as well. You can talk about you can brainstorm some of their pains, frustrations, their goals and desires, fears and implications of what that means, and then their dreams and aspirations. You want to kind of go from it from an angle of what are all the negative things and what are all the positive things, like the fears and the aspiration. So, for example, things you can think about are the demographics. Who are your ideal clients? They're 30 to 50-year-old, typically female, but open to all genders, working professional or stay-at-home parent, college educated, maybe high school, and emotionally aware or open to self-improvement, have disposable income. All of these are different ideas for your customer avatar, and that changes slightly the language and the words you use on your website and your communication. So you address these and it helps resonate with them more, because you're not going to be a counselor for every single person. You're going to naturally have some people you resonate more with and some people that would be a better fit for somebody else. So fears and implications, just the opposite, flip side of the goals and desires, feeling judged or misunderstood by others, struggling silently with no one to talk to. Some of these things are issues that people really deal with. And if you bring that up to the forefront, again, that's where you're connecting with people and that's where they're resonating and deciding, okay, like these guys do get it. I think I want to reach out and give them a chance. Okay, so some of the core messaging that works, it kind of boils down to these three things. You're not alone. We help people just like you speak directly to their emotional state and need for support. Being safe and confidential, judgment-free support. Not always helpful if you say that out directly, but everything you do, everything you're talking about kind of reinforces that fact. And then encouraging them to take the first step, making it super easy, lots of availability for the free consultation, walk them through what they should be expecting, what it looks like through that call, and then practical trust builders for your website. The convenient appointments, whether it's through JNapp or Calendly or other flexible or other scheduling apps, and clear and honest pricing as much as you can. I know there's sliding scale options, but you also want to talk about the licensed therapist, kind of their accreditations, what they specialize in, and so on. So, for example, one of our clients, Karen from Open Heart Counseling, take the first step towards healing. That's kind of the big benefit. That's what she's aiming for. She's got her picture there to be real and authentic. And, being real and authentic, you can add it to your team page. These guys have it right in their menu, for example, but it gives the website more of a feel of, okay, these are actual people behind it. You can learn more about the specific therapist. You can book online, you can email them. These are some things that you want to look at. And then leveraging video and multimedia. Some of the awards that this is Canadian Counseling Therapist. They've won a couple of different things. They have a video that they're putting here. These are just resources or things that they can add into the About section that gives them more of a unique, hey, this is more about us. And I know client testimonials a little bit more taboo. Some people have a lot of it. Some people don't even want to touch it. When you go into, you can even for yourself type in counselors near me. Some Google business profiles have like 100+ reviews, and it's very unlikely that they're able to just get that by passively not reaching out or doing anything. But that's just it. Like you can get testimonials from people you've worked with before, colleagues, or if you're doing workshops and people attend, you can ask them that way. So some of the CTAs here, again, you want to make it as easy as possible for people to reach out. And these are laced throughout the website within the your team, the services, specialties. And again, it just the workflow makes a lot more sense because we want to guide them to booking directly with a clinician or getting matched. All right, so we can actually go through a live example right here with Skylark, because I think it's better to have kind of more of a walkthrough, right? So almost every single page they have book a free counselor match consultation. If you click into any of these people here, you'll see that you can learn more about it. You can get matched with the counselor, which is more generic, or you can just book with Kevin. And so this goes directly to his JNAP. This goes to the book match Calendly. And you want to give people kind of different options. They've really utilized the JNAP space here, saying, if you're a new client, book a free consultation here. They link back over to the book batch page, and then they kind of tell you a little bit more about the expectations for in-office, virtual appointments. If you want to just contact them directly, they also make it really easy for you to do that. So this is a good example of what it looks like to really optimize your site. This is more for SEO, but also having all of these, education, specialization modalities, and actually having pages that talk about, for example, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and linking over to it creates that extra juice and power, right? And they've done a really good job here, linking to people who also specialize in CBT. So these are some of the ways to optimize the website. Really, at the end of the day, the frame of thought is thinking about how to reduce the friction from getting someone to reach out to you. And then you want to focus all of your efforts on new clients and what it looks like to them. For example, with Amazon, they've made it so easy to just buy something right away. It's just a one-click buy button. So you don't even have to add it to cart. If you want it, you just click the button and then you order right there. You kind of want to make it the same for people who are landing on your site. So the other thing we really need to think about is your website mobile friendly? I know it's more of the younger generation, but they're taking out their iPhones and they're saying, okay, well, maybe they don't even have laptops. So they're going through their phones, they're trying to book, and if it's frustrating, people won't come back again. So we want to make sure that there's no reason for us to not have mobile friendly sites because it's just a little bit extra effort and we can do that. So the key ideas that we've gone through so far is adding, real authentic images of you, your team, sprinkling it through your website, through your homepage, adding video elements to your website, a welcome video of who you are, why you started the clinic, what you guys specialize in, video explaining why someone should contact you, and then your process of what it looks like. And then showcase, that's optional, showcase anonymous reviews more prominently on the homepage. Really, you want to get the basics in order. So if you just make it super easy for someone to find your phone number, it's super easy for someone to fill out the web form so that clients can actually reach out to you. Add some credibility with, the school that you got your degree from. Add different diplomas or degrees, certifications, symbols and awards and recognition. That helps people as well because it's kind of a shortcut. Not many people know what the difference is between getting your degree from this school versus that school. And update the calls to action on each page so they speak to your customer avatar. They kind of speak to their pain points, their dreams and aspirations, and tells them exactly what to do and what they can expect. And if you have someone that's able to monitor live chat, that's something that's really good too for the younger generation. A lot of times they don't want to actually pick up the phone and call. They want to kind of stay behind the keyboard. And yeah, once again, we're just funneling and guiding clients to book online, fill out a form, whatever your first step is. We want to focus on that first domino to topple over so that we can begin that process. Right? So is your website set up for conversion? We want to take all that juice and funnel it through your website. Make sure that it's optimized for phone calls, form fills, book sessions. So which of the following should you implement in your business now that will have a positive impact on your conversion rate? I think the thing that I would challenge you to do is to pick 3 to implement in the next 30 days. You know, here's an action item, 1, 2, 3. I think if you're able to pick out 3 things that you can implement on your website today, or things that you can start planning. I know video is probably a little bit harder. A little hack to that is actually talking with ChatGPT and telling it, hey, this is my kind of dream client. This is what they struggle with. This is what their aspirations is. Help me come up with a 2-minute script and kind of work with it to come up with that. That'll help you get a really good video, even with just a phone selfie style. So let's apply this to your business here. Once again, a little recap of the different checklists that you can do to improve your website. Now, hopefully there are a couple of takeaways. I hope there's things that kind of sparked in your head and some thoughts like, okay, I could do A, B, and C. So if there's at least 3 things you've took away, I feel like I've done a good job in serving you guys today. And with that being said, if you want a little more custom help, or you're looking to have a more specific look into your situation, we'd love to complete an evaluation of your website. Like I've said in the beginning, the call is very low pressure. It's just meant to be a conversation. We'll analyze your website. We'll tell you, hey, here are some of the things that we recommend based on our analysis of it. And even if it looks good, we'll be honest with you about that too and say, hey, it actually looks really good. These are the things that you're doing really well. And we kind of just go from there. So based on that, I know this was really short. I wanted to keep it packed with information. Does anybody here have any questions? I can see there's a bunch of you on right now. If not, no worries. We can kind of just keep this a little bit shorter.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Elisa.
First of all, thank you, Nick, for this. This was really helpful. I realized that this presentation was about conversion. I have a more general question about blog posts. How useful are those, first of all, and how frequent should posts be?
Are you asking it from a frame of SEO, or are you asking it more in terms of engaging with people who are coming to your website who kind of already know you?
Engaging.
Engaging? Okay. So you want to write from the point of view of the customer avatar that we kind of talked about. So if you're thinking about the pain points that they're going through, some of their dreams and aspirations, and who they are, whether they're a 30-year-old female or a 50-year-old male, I think it's really helpful. A lot of those times, those blogs don't get a ton of reads, but it's not like you want to get like thousands and thousands of people, because you just want someone who reads it and resonates with you. and that turning into a client. So in terms of engagement, it is really helpful when you do it on your website. There are other ancillary benefits, like it really does help with SEO. You know, likely if you're addressing a question that you've experienced in your session,
Yep.
there's 10 times the number of people that have the same questions that aren't kind of being upfront with you. And so that's where you can kind of help your voice as well, because one of the things that really sticks out between different websites is the authenticity and being real. So having your own blog that kind of addresses issues that you see on a day-to-day can help make you stand out.
Okay. And in terms of frequency of publishing of posts, do you have thoughts about that?
There's not really too much benefit. I mean, from an SEO perspective, doing it about once a month is a good cadence to keep.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are other benefits too. So if you're collecting emails to reach out to people, then you can also make a summary in the email, and it gives you kind of an opportunity to reach out and give people more valuable information. And then they can click to your website and read the blog post in the longer form.
Great. Thank you.
No worries, Alisa. And okay, we got Beta. See
Hi,
your,
this is
your
more of
hand.
a comment to Elisa. I don't know if this might be helpful, but I've seen a therapist for a really long time, and I feel that since I've been with her for like over 5 years, I engage with her website more, and I do find myself, because I can't afford therapy every single week, but
Sure.
the times when I don't see her, I find myself going on the website and reading their blog posts, especially if it's surrounding conversations like boundaries or I don't know, like self-compassion. Then I find myself reading their blog posts more because I'm like, okay, I already trust her. I trust the clinic she works at. So it's just like a fun little extra thing to do, just read their blog posts. I don't know if this is helpful to you. I hope
Yeah, no, that's a good thing to think about. I hadn't considered that. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. It's people that are already your clients too, getting more benefits from it. So definitely a good idea. It's kind of like hanging shingles out, kind of like another type of advertising that's free, that you're injecting more of your expertise in getting that visibility out. So um, you can definitely do things to optimize your blog post a lot more. You can really focus on hitting keywords, making sure that the on-page SEO for the blog post is good, and then you can be sharing it on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, sharing it through your email newsletter. There's lots of ways to help with that. For people that have you know, other associates or clinicians that you work with, you can take turns with different topics. Because I know, for example, Skylark and Nightingale, they recruit help from people that they're working with. No worries, Olivia. Uh, Happy that you came on, and hope you guys got a little bit of value from here. Anyone else with questions? No? Well, let's kind of just wrap it up here. I am so thankful for you guys being part of this. I try to do this about, you know, once a month ish. And so we've gone over SEO in the previous workshop. We've gone over map rankings, and I think the next one we're going to be doing is paid search. So Google Ads. There's a lot of fun stuff we can dig in there, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for hopping on. Appreciate all of you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.